Hello everyone, this is Alex, the founder of the Translation Cloud. And the topic of today's video is the blockchain. How it is used and what's the new way of applications can be built with this decentralized technology. So briefly, this is our blueprint. How we look at the blockchain in general. Thanks to Bitcoin in all their all-time high prices, we can say that this particular use of this blockchain technology has been pretty successful. It's decentralized, it's not politicized, there are no big banks can control it, no government can control and mine enough currency. It's been working pretty well for a lot of investors and a lot of enthusiasts. And in 2017, we see an emergence of this, the true emergence of this technology and all the particular uses. And one can wonder why. Let's go back 20-30 years ago when the internet was just getting started, and let's say 1997. Everybody could see, oh, the website is cool, it's HTML, it's a great way to do business. But in hindsight, everything seems to be nice and straightforward. But in foresight, if you moved back to 1997, you'd probably not be able to anticipate the future. In general, it's hard to anticipate the future, but the internet, just like a steam engine or the manufacturing, has transformed the industry. And the new wave of innovation is the blockchain. That's how we look at it in Translation Cloud. So what I wrote on the board is Translation Cloud plus blockchain equals trust. Why trust is the main keyword of the blockchain? Blockchain in general, and briefly I will explain. It's the technology. It's technology is similar to infrastructure, just like your phone lines are helping you transmit the voice between the households, or the electricity that powers all your devices. Blockchain eventually will be powering most of the web with its main promise. It makes everything authentic. If you implement blockchain in a supply chain, for example, when you have a manufacturer, a wholesaler, distributor, and an end buyer can totally distrust the distributor. Totally. Like you go to the store, you hate this guy, you never want to have to deal with him again, but you buy a product for him and you know that this is a very authentic, true product that can be sold in this chain because it's been authenticated throughout the steps. And unlike the centralized approach, when somebody who manages the server, manages the vault, he can make a whimsical decision saying, hey, change the record. You know, I want this record in the past to be changed, and so everything will be affected. So nobody will know where the ends meet. In the blockchain, since it's distributed, just like in a movie, in a Terminator, the Skynet, everything is worldwide. It's impossible to kill in one spot the piece of information. All other spots are being kept. So the information still stays there. It's kind of scary, but it makes the World Wide Web truly trustworthy. Truly trustworthy. That's the keyword, trust. So we built the application, language localization, software translation with the trust. So what's the properties of this immutable ledger? Immutable ledger means the ledger, just like in accounting in general, you have debit column and you have credit column. If you change on one side the information, on the other side it also changes, so it balances each other out. So that's the way to protect the consistency of data, to spot the errors. And blockchain works in a similar way. It's immutable and distributed. Nobody can control it, nobody can change anything, and it really stays the same. Why? Because, for example, we have party A. Here's the transaction. Party A transacts with the party B. They exchange the key The first version of the key, which is an encrypted piece of code, was K1, and after the transaction was done, the key has changed to K2. Then the party B works with the party C. They do some business later on, and the key changes from K2 to K3. Okay, for example, you're an evil person. You want to say, hey, I got something bad. I want my money back. I want basically falsify the information, for example. But you cannot do it because your key has been evolved. So the first version of the K1 is also still stored in the K3, and the K2 is still stored in the K3 and ciphered in such a way, but you cannot uncipher it back to whichever you want. And you cannot really remove the history. It's been built. It's like a fingerprint. A digital fingerprint has been left forever in an immutable ledger. So this opens up a possibility, for example, of smart contracts. If you know the Bitcoin, so you probably heard about Ethereum, built by Vitalik Buterenko. It's a more general application of this technology, and they call them the smart contracts. So you build a platform, decentralized organization, autonomous organization, which can run in your browser as an extension, as a plugin, and it really utilizes all these qualities that's been nurtured by Bitcoin and blockchain. As you can see, 2017, 2018, more and more devices are accessing the internet. Yesterday it was your computer connected, then it was a TV connected to the internet, then it was refrigerator connected to the internet, your watch, your cell phone, everything gets connected. And when the prices will really start falling down, for say $5 to acquire the phone, it will become ubiquitous. Poor people in India will be able to buy stuff online. They could be able to track their finances, to do business. And the blockchain, in a sense, would make it possible for people to trust each other. That's the new era of commerce. New era of commerce in general, and e-commerce in particular. Hence comes some of the applications. For example, we've been thinking about certified translation. Nowadays, the process works like this. We get the job, we outsource it to a freelancer. Freelancer translates the project, sends it back to us, and we, as an agency, we put our golden stamp on it, we bring it to the notary public, they put the official seal, it's printed out on the paper, and then it could be used to apply to the college, to DMV for a driver license, and so on. But in a new era of the Certified Translation 2.0, if we implement this blockchain technology, that could be totally unnecessary, because the filing clerk in an institution, in your university, hospital, DMV, would be able to see that this is the official translation without the need for certification. That's what we call the Translation 2.0. Translation, the authenticity reloaded. They would know that this has exactly been done by this professional translator with this professional translation agency, and this is the legitimate translation. Another application is the smart contracts, been pioneered by Ethereum. They're becoming the market leader in the industry. And this is a piece of software which allows to execute piece of code in a reliable, predictable way so that nobody else will be able to change it. There are multiple applications like crowdfunding, crowdsourcing, and stuff like that. We've been trying in Acuna with one of our brands to build the crowdsourcing back in 2011, but crowdsourcing in itself is not very efficient. So let's keep evolving and see what the blockchain will bring us. Another interesting idea is the blockchain companies or transactions, they're totally auditable. Basically, if you say, let's say you're a government, you run the tax, you put a tax levy on the citizens, on the corporations. You want their books audited, saying, are they stealing money? Are they declaring everything they are using? And with the blockchain, there is absolutely no need to hire auditors anymore, because all the transactions are totally trustable. They're open, you can see them, and this is what it is. There is no need for auditing. Also, one of the applications, it's the legal industry can suffer. For example, if you make the contract on a blockchain between two parties, you cannot really change the contract, and you can't really complain, oh, I misunderstood this, I misunderstood that. The need for lawyers would be obsolete. There is no need for somebody to have a second opinion, because there is only one opinion, and this opinion is true. So here's the blueprint. So we're moving to the digital cloud, something that's been run on a private Bitcoin networks, when the big organizations such as JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs in New York City, they'll be eventually building their own sort of Bitcoin-based blockchains and run their own supply chains on that technology. A social network, one of the interesting applications, for example, today in 2017, the leading social network is Facebook. But imagine, hypothetically, five years down the road, there is a blockchain, there's a social network that's been built on blockchain. It's like Facebook, but without a Facebook. There is no central server. You still post the pictures, you still friend people, put the news, updates and everything, but there is no company that's actually responsible for something. This whole software has been run decentralized, in a decentralized way. That's interesting. Social networks, or even Google. Think about the search itself. Like right now, Google implements all these signals to rank the website. Oh, is this a website a trust website, or it's a fake, selling fake products, trying to dupe people, rip them off of their money, or stuff like that. So Google thinks about the ideas, like how to really look at it. Like what's this your citation index? How many backlinks you have? How many reputable websites link to you? If they link to you, they probably you must be good, because getting a backlink is hard. And are you getting more social media signals like Facebook, YouTube repost and stuff like that, Twitter ads, Twitter reposts? So Google judges the validity of the website through indirect signals. But if the search engine is being built on a blockchain, for example, with the smart contracts, and the website is run on the blockchain, there is no need for trusting. You can put your 5-year-old child go to the web, and there is no need for parent supervision, because the websites which will be truly harmful or truly deceitful, or for example inappropriate, they will be already singled out of the system, because the entire thing is transparent. You cannot really dupe anyone anymore. It's done. It's like the new Google on steroids. There's like a Google spreadsheet without a Google, just a spreadsheet. You have the software without a brand. Same applies for YouTube, one of the applications. You're watching this movie on YouTube because that movie is stored on some server back in Silicon Valley in California. But 5-10 years down the road, there might be an emergence of the new types of media that are not being built by somebody. They'll be built by communities, and an entire network will be built on other people's computers. That's crazy, right? So here we go, the new era of e-commerce, which is we're going forward to in 2018. And we are at Translation Cloud really excited and looking for opportunities to marry translation industry with the blockchain and probably some other technologies, and bring it to the next level of trustworthiness, to make the language experience extremely transparent, extremely trustworthy, and that our customers can benefit from the top-notch services that top-notch linguists can offer. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye-bye.